Okay, so we are going to start talking about mindset. Mindset is so huge in this business. This business is really 90% mindset and 10% work. So if you do all the right things, but you don't have the right mindset, you could actually not get anywhere. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have a good mindset. We always talk about the law of attraction. We talk about how the things that you speak are the things that you bring about. So within, so without. So if you're going to speak these things, you want to be sure that you're speaking the right things over yourself. And whenever I was thinking about people that I wanted to just kind of share on different topics, Danny was one of the first people I thought of for mindset, because she just has such a good one. And anytime that I talk to her, she's like, this and this and this happened, and it's great, and we're going to be fine, and it's going to be awesome, and we're just going to keep rolling. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So Danny, I'm going to unmute you really quick. I'm just scrolling through our chat really quick. But you're super determined to go diamond. You're like, screw Ruby, I'm going diamond. So tell us a little bit about that, and I'm going to unmute you, and then I'll spotlight your video. So your video is going to get big. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is so weird seeing myself. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Donnie. So it's pronounced Donnie, but it's spelled like Danny. So whoever says Danny, it's fine. I respond to whatever. But so I joined, let's see, at the end of May, and, you know, I've just tried to stay as positive as I can. You know, I've enrolled my 6 LCs. One of them actually canceled, so I have to get my 6th one, but I'm pushing for my DTs. I have 3 potentials right now, and, you know, I just try to let myself not be, I don't know what's the word, like, not compare myself to other people, because that's always been like a hard thing for me. Is I've always, you know, seen what other people are doing. I'm like, well, why can't I do that? But, you know, I'm using it as motivation, I think, for me now. You know, I'm seeing all these people that signed up with me that are promoting already, and I'm not there yet, but I will be, and I'm going to go far beyond that.
That is so good. And thank you for telling me how to actually say your name. I was totally saying you're wrong this whole time, but thank you. And thank you for your grace. You're like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love what she said, because guys, there are people in this business. Do y'all know who Sherry Lynn and John Alcala are? Anybody know who they are? Yeah. Okay. Well, if you don't know, they're the number 2 income earners. They are double diamond, or double diamond, no, double ambassador diamond, which means that they have gone ambassador twice. And because whenever you go ambassador, you get to open up a 2.0 account. So you're also getting paid on this account. Now you get to get paid on another account. And she also has her husband's account, and his account went ambassador last month. So they're ambassador on 3 accounts, and she has written a book, and she's the number 2 income earner. They've been in the Millionaires Club and top 10 since like their 2nd year in the business. They joined 2 months before me. Do you think I could use that as like, why am I not where they are? Oh my gosh, what the heck? What in the world? Like, what? They're promoting so fast, and they did this and they did that. But you know what? I could also look at it and think, if they can do that, so can I. And it's okay if it takes me longer. Because there's also people who join this business at the same time as Stacy or Sherry Lynn and I, and they joined and they went diamond faster than Sherry Lynn did, and now they quit and they're not even in the business anymore. And look where she is, and look where I am, because I didn't quit. Am I further along than I would have been if I quit and gave up? Absolutely. Has it taken me longer, and does my story look different than Sherry Lynn's? Yeah, it does. But that doesn't mean that I'm any less worthy of doing all the things that she has done. And that doesn't mean that she's any better or that I'm any better. It's just that our stories are different, because guess what? God put you on this earth for a purpose, and not every single person can have the same story. Your story is going to be different. You're meant to have a different story. And it doesn't mean that you're going to go faster or slower than somebody else. That's relative. So like Donnie said, like, you can't compare. You have to make sure that you're focused and staying in your lane, because she's like, I'm not there yet. And that's the key right there, because she could just say, well, I'm not there. But whenever she says, but I'm not there yet, that's empowering. So I want every single one of you who have said something like, well, I'm just not Ruby yet. I'm just not Ruby. I just can't go Ruby. I want you to flip that from now on and do what Donnie says and say, I'm not Ruby yet, but I know I'm on my way. and I might have some setbacks, but I know I'm going to have a comeback. And so take that, like that was gold. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, Sydney, we're going to go to you next. This is going to be rough trying to find all of you on here. But okay, Sydney, I found you. Go ahead and share your name, where you're from, and then all those good tips about your mindset.
All right, so hello. For those who don't know me, I am Sydney. I joined in the middle of May, right after Mother's Day. I'm from a small town just south of Charlotte, North Carolina. Nobody's ever heard of it unless you're from South Carolina, so we'll just leave it at that. So one of the things that Morgan asked me to talk about is like how to keep going and staying determined. And I made notes. I'm very green, so it's life. So one of the biggest things that's helped my mindset when I'm not on the path I want is personal development. I listen to an audiobook every morning. I'm listening to Get Out of Your Own Way by Dave Hollis right now. Affirmations have been key. I say them to myself every morning. And if I miss them, I can tell the difference in my day. And no, things haven't quite worked out on my timeline, but if you ever hop on the journal Zoom, which I 10 out of 10 recommend, Kristen says it a lot of, it might not be in our timeline, but it is in God's timeline and it is for his glory. And so I always keep that in the back of my mind as well. And because it's also one of those things, if it worked on our timeline, we might not appreciate it as much and we'll lose it quicker than we even got it. So that's one of the things that stuck with me like the entire time. And like Donnie and Morgan said, stop comparing yourself to others. I am big into not comparing yourself, especially along my own fitness journey where I'm like, oh, well, she's got an 8-pack and can deadlift 400 pounds. Like, what? And I'm over here like doing the barbell. It's fine. But not anymore. I'm past the barbell. I got challenged, so I proved them wrong. But just stop comparing yourself to others. Their story and their journey is not yours. We're all meant to have a different journey. If we all had the same journey, life would get, one, real boring, and two, we wouldn't have the different markets that we have to be able to make this work for everybody. And also, my last tip, and probably the biggest one, is stay close to the fire. Find your hype crew that, like, when you're having those days that you need somebody to lean on, you can call them. Just be like, hey, like, I'm having a bad day. Can you hype me up real quick? Like, send me a quick 1-minute voice message. I got my girls. I love them so much. And if you need one, call me. I got you. So those are probably my biggest tips to stay determined if you're not hitting things as quickly as you'd like, because it will happen. I promise. It'll happen eventually. But sometimes our plan is not the divine plan.
I love it. Hype crew. That's what I got from that. You need your hype crew. I love it. Thank you, Sid. Okay, so Sarah McDonald. So Sarah has just the best, like, I don't know, just like the sweetest, like, how's everything going? She's like, everything's awesome. Here's what I have going for me. And I know that Sarah has had some setbacks. I know that there are things that Sarah could say, like, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, this is going wrong. But Sarah has such a good focus. And every time I talk to her, she's always talking about the good stuff. And I'm not saying you can't come to me with the negative stuff. Absolutely do that with the solution mindset to try to learn. But she's always just focused on the positive. So whenever I ask her how things are going, that's immediately what just falls out of her mouth is the good stuff, because that's what she focuses on. So how do you do that?
Honestly, it's all about mindset and personal development. Like, guys, if I hate to say it, but if you have a crap mindset, it's going to run over into your business. Like, just laying it all out there. Like, if you don't personally develop yourself every single day and just continue on that journey, your business is not going to continue as well because you're not growing as a person. If we just continue to look at, it's a DT, it's an LC, these are real people that want to connect with you and want to hear your story and want to know why you joined and want to know why, you're blessing your own life and helping others along the journey. We have to look at it as these are real people that want to connect with you. And speaking of personal development, I'm reading The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen. So good. I also found his podcast that I freaking love. Every single morning, I am listening to that podcast, like right when I get up after I do my daily affirmations. It's just amazing. I love it. So if you haven't like checked his podcast out or checked out his book, like run, don't walk, run. Like he just hits on so many amazing things, like stop waiting for people to validate you and approve of what you're doing, because not everyone's going to love what you do, and that's okay. That is okay. If you focus on the negative, you're going to just have a negative mindset, and it's just going to keep revolving. It's just you're not going to break that cycle.
So good. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Okay, so the last one, let me make sure that she's on here because it's so hard to find all of y'all, which is a good thing because y'all, there's so many of you. Hang on 1 second. Jenny is who I'm looking for. So let me see. Oh, give me like a little wave or something so I can find you really quickly on the, oh, there you are. Okay, that worked so good. Okay, all of you wave. That was so easy. Okay, see if it'll let you unmute yourself. There you go.
Can
Hi.
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I look really ratchet and I'm having internet problems, so.
Fine, you look good. Go for it.
So hey y'all, I'm Jenny. I joined this business before and I got re-enrolled like 3 weeks ago. Morgan's so right. Mindset is a big thing. And there are some days where my mindset is on point, and there are some days like today, me and Morgan had a chat because my mindset was not there. And once we had our chat, like I have been enrolling LCs like no other. I have 2 more so I can get my 3. But mindset is a big thing. So every morning I try to listen to, I have Joel Osteen as well, but I have the Think Better, Live Better one, and I also have the Power I Am, and I listen to those while I'm either in the shower or cleaning my house, whatever it may be. So I really like that, and then I also do like a prayer journal, so or either like affirmations for the day, just whatever's on my mind, I write it down. Because when I think or talk to my like pray or whatever, I get really distracted. So writing it down is so much easier for me. So I do that every morning and that helps me. And just listening to Christian music in the morning has really helped me too.
I love it. Anything that you can do to kind of get your mind right, you know, like just so that you can start your day out. And one thing that I said last week that I know some of you may have missed, that a lot of y'all actually have started to implement this, and you've texted me throughout the week. I got a ton of texts that was like, I didn't look at my phone first thing whenever I woke up, and it's life-changing. So if you haven't started that yet, I really challenge you this week to wake up and do some affirmations, listen to your self-development, listen to your podcast, read your book, whatever it is that you're doing to fill you up before you start pouring out, because you want to be the one who's in control of your day. You don't want to be letting the first text that you see or the first post that you see, maybe it is the girl with an 8-pack ab, you know, or an 8-pack ab that tells you I don't have them, 8-pack abs, deadlifting 400 pounds and like killing it, and that's the first thing that you see, and you're like with a bowl of Cheerios like this on the couch, and you're like, well, crap, you know, like feeling real bad about yourself. So make sure that you get to decide what you think about starting the day. You get to choose how your day is going to go, whether good or bad. You don't want anything else making that decision for you, okay? All right, so we're going to switch gears kind of, and we're going to kind of switch over to something called grit, okay? Because I have some girls, and there's so many more of you that have this too. These are just like kind of, some of these are leaders and some of these are newer people that I'm just like, okay, there's some grit happening here, and consistency, and some of these girls have some really cool stories. So Noelle, I will let you go first, and I really just want you to talk about, I mean, you have 87.2 kids, and I want you to talk about how you are able to kind of, you know, juggle all of those things, feel like you're a good mom. You're also in school, I believe, and you have a job, and like you have a, you know, spouse and all these things, so you have life happening. So how are you able to do this and have the consistency that you have?
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, okay. Yes, so I'm a wife and a mom, a full-time college student, and I also have 4 kids that are 7 and under, okay? And whenever I joined this business back in April, I believe it was, you know, time was a big factor that I was worried about, that I would not have any amount of time to work this business, but I was wrong, okay? God tells us that if we plant our seeds and stuff, we will see the fruits of our labor. And I wholeheartedly believe that if we put in the work and we stay consistent every day with posting, following up, timeline stories, whatever it is that you're using, that He will bless it. I can't tell you how many times this week alone that I had so many people messaging me, telling me, hey, I'm not sure about these products, financial issues. I think I may want to cancel my ordering. And, after talking to them, they were just flat out determined that they didn't want to do it. And 1 to 2 days later, they message me back and they say, hey, I've been seeing your posts, whether it be the coffee or the cleanse, whatever it is. And I want you to add that to my auto shipment. And so instead of taking away or canceling, they're adding to it whenever they were flat out determined that they didn't want to try anything else. So I wholeheartedly believe that it takes consistency every single day. Let's see. I wrote down all kinds of stuff so that way I could stay on key because I talk a whole lot. And I mean, I truly believe that there are times Morgan has said it so many times, write out a plan for your days. Okay, if that's something that you need, write out a plan. And that's what I do. I stay busy. I have 4 kids. And I mean, you all know that our lives can get crazy. And I write out a plan. And that's what I do every single time. So some nights it may be me staying, up later or waking up earlier in the mornings. That's just what I have to do, to be able to go spend time with my family all weekend long. But I truly believe that that is true. And God says that he will bless the fruits of our labor and that we have to put in the work and plant the seeds. So in order to see the change and make the change, we have to change our mindset. And for those who are, you have to change your mindset and say, I'm going to reach Ruby. I'm going to reach Emerald. I'm going to reach Diamond, wherever you're at in your business. You have to stay consistent in all things. And I truly believe that everything else will follow suit.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. That just fired me up. I'm about to go sign some customers, about to go talk to my current customers, about to go do all the things. That was awesome. Thank you so much for talking about that. Okay, Regina, let's talk to you because if anybody knows you, they just would put grit before your name. So tell us a little bit about just some of the things, because you've had life happen in the last couple of months. You're building a house, you have just things happening. So how have you remained consistent with your 3 kiddos, life happening, this business and everything?
Okay, so I actually have been in the business for 1.5 years, which is a little bit different than some of the speakers. But I feel like the last, like Morgan said, probably since May, it's like a new business because I've had new things happen in my life. We're building a house, and I mean literally me and my husband. I was doing insulation last week. I have 3 kids. But actually 2 weeks ago, I found out that the baby that I was carrying no longer had a heartbeat. So that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I have 3 kids. I had never experienced a miscarriage. And first of all, thank everybody that reached out to me to share their experience or let me know that they're praying. That meant a lot. But I actually had surgery Friday at 9 a.m. and at noon, I signed a customer on the same day as my surgery to remove my pregnancy. And I'm not saying that to brag or to make little of what happens. I had to drive 1.5 hours to the hospital because that's how far away I live in the middle of nowhere. So I worked on the way there. I worked while I was waiting. And honestly, it kept my mind busy. That was good for what was going on. But at the end of the day, I have 3 kids that are here. I have a husband that are here. I still have dreams for my family. I still have a husband that I want to retire from his job because he's 30 and he's killing his body building houses. I have struggled. I've cried. I've been tired. I'm exhausted. I'm still on pain medicine. It's not over. I'm still going through this right now, but I have a family that's still here. And this business and how I learned to be closer to God, I honestly feel like if that's the ultimate goal of why I ever joined this business, then that was why, because I have never been this close to God. And I did feel a lot of peace through my pain. And I know it's because of how we learn to grow closer to God through our affirmations and our personal development and our spiritual development. So life is going to happen, guys. I did not expect this. The pregnancy was a surprise. And then a week later to find out I'm not even going to have the baby. It's life. But you have to decide as if this season of pain is going to take away your reaping your rewards later. You know what I mean? You can't let the week you know, obviously this pain is going to last longer than a week, but I still have kids I need to raise. So I really just feel that, I mean, this was a hard lesson, and I know that there's something coming from this, but I thank God for this business. I'm still able to work this business. I didn't have to take time off. Today I had a bad day and my mom came and got my kids. I didn't have to leave work. I don't have to do that. I work at home. So this business can be a blessing in time of hardship. And, you know, the women here are here for you. And I believe 100% if you ever need prayers, they'll be the first ones to raise them up for you. So, I mean, life happens, but you can't let it be forever. It's a short season. I mean, and I'm still going through it. I don't know how long this will last. You know, honestly, I cried yesterday because I got stung by a bee. But I mean, it just, you know, just something broke me down. So, I mean, you can't let your struggles ruin what God has planned for you. Push through the struggle and see what's on the other side.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know that probably is not easy at all, and it's still so fresh. So thank you for sharing that, because I think that a lot of people either can relate to that or can see like, wow, like even though what I'm going through is real, it could be different, you know, like so many, the things that I feel like that I'm making excuses for, and I'm talking about me, I'm like, there's no reason now for me to make any excuses, you know, because I see you and that's so inspirational. But at the same time, like the other thing that she didn't mention is, do y'all see how dark it is on her video? I mean, we can see you fine, but like, it's because she's in her car, because she drove 20 minutes down the road so that she could get service. She doesn't have service at her house, guys. This is the commitment that she has to this business. And I'm not saying that your commitment level has to be the same, but I'm just saying her commitment level is paying off. That girl has earned a big old fat bonus for her family. And she's probably tripled, quadrupled her paycheck since the beginning of the year. And the things that she's doing in this business are paying off. So that's incredible to me. And you just like inspire me every single day to just like make stuff happen. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's talk to Jess really quick too. Your hair looks super cute. I feel like you look like a Spice Girl. So Jess, I'll unmute you and I will spotlight your video. So Jess joined a while ago as well. And I feel like for a little bit, your story is kind of different. I'll let you kind of talk about how you just recently made the decision to be consistent.
Yeah, so this is actually my second, maybe third, who knows, time trying this business out. But when I first joined, my husband and I sold like everything and moved back to my hometown in Robertsville, Alabama from Illinois. He was previous military, so we were just moving around, didn't really have any money, planned to stay with my dad, find jobs, save money. Here came my son, so we had to buy a house, accumulated so much debt and everything, so I joined really like for that. But just starting new jobs, being a new mom, I mean, I was probably married for like 4 years at the time, but just with all of those changes, you kind of have to, it kind of changes your relationships too. So it was just everything at once that I kind of just stopped and used those struggles that Regina was talking about. You know, I used my struggles as an excuse of not to do anything. And I really just kept saying excuses in my head, which obviously didn't make me consistent. So I wasn't going anywhere with the business and I was just getting frustrated to where I ultimately quit. But as Morgan said, I joined again back in September, was really refocusing and looking at everything that I have to do, joined with a new team, and I love it. It's completely different than the last time. I wasn't motivated at all. And just really understanding the importance of being consistent, because even now, if I take like a day or two off because of something that's going on in my life, I'm like, wow, it's like completely different. And then I start being consistent, and then 2 days later, I'm here signing customers again. So it's not that you're annoying. Like I think Morgan said it yesterday or I don't know when. Oops, sorry, I kicked my table. I know this is my work from home office too, in my kitchen with my rooster. But anyway, when Morgan was saying how she posted something about her earrings, when, you know, someone that's been constantly following her didn't know where they got them from, and, you know, she posts about them multiple times. So it's not that you're being annoying and that people are saying the same thing. They don't see everything that we post every single day, all day. So just be consistent, because one day they will see that and then they will be interested. Those people that are saying I'm not interested now, down the line, they will. Like Noelle said, how her customer wanted to cancel, but then she kept seeing the post. From her being consistent, she eventually added on instead of canceling. So just really, really be consistent. When the first time I tried this, I maintained, like, I just stayed at distributor. I wasn't even making anything. Let's just say, like, I don't know, $10. But I went executive now, and then stopped again, went to distributor, and I was like, no, I'm not going to give up again. I need to start being consistent. Claimed executive again, and now I'm just keep working and working and working towards Ruby, and eventually, you know, Emerald and Diamond. So before I ramble on too much, I forgot to set my timer. Just be consistent really with everything that you do and all of the tasks that your leaders give you, because it truly works, and you just got to keep going and don't let those struggles put you down and bring you down. They've been there and it sucks, so just keep going.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, like, success leaves clues. So whenever you see these people who are like, yeah, I'm consistent and this is what it's done for me, there's no way you could logically walk away from the Zoom and be like, it's optional to be consistent. Could do it, could not, still be successful. No, like, it does take consistency. It's so important. And these girls are proof of that. So thank y'all. Y'all are doing so good, by the way. I don't remember if I've said that or not. I thought it a couple times. I don't know if I said it, but y'all are killing it. Y'all are doing so good. So now that we've talked about mindset, we've talked about grit, let's finish this Zoom out with talking about getting your shopping spree and getting your customers. So Caitlin has been in the business for a little bit. So she has earned her shopping spree like months ago, but she's still like, this girl enrolls, like, I put in our chat, like, 8,762,000,000 customers, like, an hour. And so it's like, how do you do this? Like, so tell us, are you using host to post? Are you posting consistently? I know that's a yes. That's all your
Yeah, so I mostly use host to post. I mostly get all my clients from Facebook. I just haven't figured out how to do it on Instagram yet, or it doesn't really work for me. So when I first started doing it, like, my field clients was like super unorganized. And then I watched Morgan's video on how to sign people like on the spot, and that totally changed the game for me. After that, I watched that, I was signing people up a lot more, like almost daily. So what I do is get them from the host to post. I send them the product info, the picture, and then the 90-day challenge info. And once they say, yes, I want it, I get their number. Sometimes I will sign them up myself, or sometimes if I'm at work, I will just send them a shopping cart because I don't have time to like put all their orders in. People seem to like the shopping carts too. It's been working pretty well for me so far. I've only had one issue with one older lady who didn't really understand, but other than that, it's going really well. I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's so good. And guys, like, she's not doing anything that's like totally absolutely crazy. She's just doing what she learned in her training. And so I think keeping it simple is so huge, because so many times, like, in this business, we can totally overcomplicate stuff. Put a 3 in the chat if you're like, I make this way too hard. I make this way harder than it has to be. Because guys, this is so simple. This business is not easy, but it's simple. What we do is just the same every day. And so, like Caitlin said, like, she has a job, she has a family, she's building a house too, and they're doing all these things, and she can still work this business in her life. And so you can make this work for you, but just be consistent with the simple things that you're learning in your training, okay? Because again, success leaves clues. Like, I'm not telling Caitlin to go do something that I don't know works. Like, I want Caitlin to be successful. So I'm like, hey, do this because this is what I do and it works. And so if she were to go and do something totally different, we don't know if that would work or not. So her doing exactly what I'm doing, it's proven. We already know it works, so just go do it and be consistent with it. So that's so easy. Yes, and the video's in Dare to be Diamond. It's also on my YouTube channel. I could put the link in here, but I don't think it'll send us a link. But I can put it in our team chat, and if anyone isn't in there and you need to be added, let me know. If you go to your enroller, they can go find that video for you. It's also in Dare to be Diamond if you search like signing people on the spot, or I don't remember what it is, like something simple. I don't know. I'll bump it up in the Dare to be Diamond page. But okay, so let's talk to Olivia really fast, because dude, you're a boss and you sign a lot of customers. You just got your shopping spree yesterday, I think. So talk to us a little bit about what you did to get those customers.
Hi, I'm Olivia. So what I did for my customers is I got all of these notebooks and I write everything that goes on throughout my day in those notebooks. I have like 5 more in my car. I went to Staples and got more. But I just keep track of everything, of who I talked to, who I sent a message to, and they didn't respond to me like once, twice. And then I will follow up with them before I go to bed. And then the next thing when I wake up, that's what I start my day as, is I go and message everybody that I talked to the previous day. And I started last Friday, so this coming Friday is my second week. I already have all 6 of my LCs, and I just signed 2 of my 3 distributors tonight within the span of like 20 minutes. So it's just consistency and a lot of organization, because I'm a big red and blue. And so I have to stay organized, like a lot of people have been saying tonight, is organization, the mindset, and just staying on top of it, really. That's how I've been able to get where I have been from a week ago. So yeah, that's all I have.
Oh my gosh, so good. Thank you. So guys, you have to keep track of your people. I talked to a couple of you today on some coaching calls, and some of you didn't have follow-up systems, and that's why we do coaching calls, is to catch things like that. But you don't have to be agreeing to have a follow-up system. Every single one of you should have one. And for you, that may look like, a stack of napkins. That's not what I would recommend. But like, I have planners and journals, and Olivia has 87 notebooks. Like, whatever your method is, make sure that you have a follow-up system. Because if you don't, you're going to miss so many people. Put a 4 in the chat if you signed up as soon as your enroller messaged you. Like that first conversation, not the same day. That moment, put a 4. It's going to be like 5 of y'all. Because most of you didn't join right away. Most of you were a follow-up. So put a 5 if you were somebody that, somebody had a follow-up with me before I said yes. Put a 5. Because most of you, thank you for bumping up the post. Most of you were somebody that was a follow-up. And so look how many people we would have missed if we didn't follow up. So you have to have some sort of a system to keep track of the people that you're talking to. And I don't care how organized you think that you are in your head, that is not a good method for following up, okay? Because some of you are like, yeah, I have it all up here. I'm just like keeping track of who I talk to. I'm like, bro, that ain't sustainable, because you think I can do that at this point with 6.5 years of people that I've talked to, or 6.5, no, 5.5. That's not, you can't do that. So you have to make sure you're writing these people down, okay? I have a follow-up method video in the team page too, called #follow-up-method. Notice that I'm not trying to keep my secrets to myself, okay? I'm trying to share everything I know with you. So use them and take that video, and if that's overwhelming for you, decide from that what you want to do for yourself, because Olivia doesn't do what I do. We don't have the same follow-up system, but we both have one, and we both enroll. And so that's all that matters. Okay. So Caitlin Allen, we're going to talk to you. Hang on. I just saw you a second ago, and now I don't know where you are. One sec. Oh, there you are. You just waved. That was perfect. Okay. You're dancing. Okay. So Caitlin joined. I don't remember when you joined, but it was definitely it was this month, right?
It was last week.
Last week. Okay. So you already got your shopping spree, and you signed your husband up as a distributor. You just about got his shopping spree. So you're just like killing it. You've already got your $100 bonus from the pot that we're doing. So she's killing it. So tell us how you're getting all these customers and what you're doing.
Yeah. So hi everybody, I'm new. My name is Caitlin. I live in Florida. I am my husband's a youth pastor, and also I am a graduate student right now. I'm getting my master's, so life is busy like everybody else. But I talked to Morgan, and I think I actually found Morgan on TikTok, to be honest. Um, but I found that like months ago, and I feel like maybe I reached out, but like recently I've just been thinking like, okay, I work a full-time job. I'm getting a degree right now. My husband works full-time, but like there just has to be more. Like there's something that I can do. I'm a people person. Like I love people. And I mean, health is important as well. So I've just kind of been looking into it. I talked with Morgan, I signed up, and my husband, he was like, babe, like, I love you, but you need to stop adding things to your list. Like, you're overloading yourself. This is what you always do. You have like an on-off switch. And I was just telling Morgan that the other day, I was like, I literally will just like kill myself, or I'm just like none. Like I'm on or I'm off. But I don't know what it is, but something about like this business has just like sparked a fire under me. I don't know. Like I've only been doing it for a week, like she said, and I've already got all my I've gotten like 11 LCs since last week. I signed my husband up. I have 2 more people for him to get his shopping spree. I got the $100 bonus this morning for signing 3 LCs. Um, I don't even know. Like I'm going Ruby this month. Like I'm claiming it. I want to go Ruby by the end of the week. That's my goal. I'm just being honest. Like, I know it may seem like, okay, you just joined last week, honey. Like, you don't know much. I don't know much, but I have Morgan and I have the group and I have other people that I can reach out to that can, like, show me, like, hey, girl, you can do this. So I'm just putting that out into existence, basically. The most, like, successful way so far in the last week to get customers is literally just like host to post. Like I sent it to Morgan. I was like, Morgan, I don't think I can do this anymore because y'all, I literally had on my kayak post, I think I had 245 comments. So I was shook. I was like, how am I going to get back to all these people, number one? And then how am I going to respond to those people's posts? So my husband was helping me, and I'm honestly, if I'm being real, I'm still responding because it's just a lot. But I did like some product posts, just like the cleanse and that kind of stuff. And I've been using the results like crazy because I just started. So like all I had was my skinny brew, and I'm promoting like the thing that I've sold the most was probably the triple threat, just because like there's lots of great results and people love things that work together, or they seem to love things. So that's honestly what I've been pushing a lot is when people are interested in Thermophyte or Skinny Brew, I'm like, well, hey, like you should add these other things because they work together and you're already interested in this one thing. So like, let's connect the dots and like make this all work. And then they're like, oh my God, yes, like duh, why would I not use things that like they like stick like glue together? So I've just been like super excited about this. And yeah, like I feel so inspired after hearing everybody talk, and just I'm excited. One thing that I'm struggling with, and like leave me in the comments, like how do I fix this? Like I have a super hard time with people like distributors. Like I'm trying to reach out and like I send in the initial stuff, they're like, oh my God, that sounds great, and then they're like never respond. So that's something I'm struggling with. I know this like live seems like everybody's awesome and we're doing like awesome things, but everybody that spoke like struggles with something, and that's currently what I'm struggling with. Is just like I don't have like I'm rocking the LCs, but like I'm not doing as great with the DTs. So anyways, but yeah, so I'm excited, and I just told Morgan that I'm probably gonna start posting like a weekly like Devo in the Dare to Be Diamond, just because like I'm excited and I want to be like energized and like happy as Morgan is when she talks to me, because I literally sent her like 7,000 texts today. Like I know she's like, girl, please leave me alone, but I'll like it will be like pages of like, hey, help me, like what do I say? So like I want to be that for someone one day.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't even know what number we're on anymore, so put a 1 in the chat if you feel just excited like listening to her, because guys, that's what it is. Like, honestly, it's the excitement. Like, how is she signing so many people so quickly? She's excited. Like, don't you want to buy something from her? I'm like, can I be your customer? Is that okay? Like, can we do that? Because she's so hyped. And she's like, I haven't even tried all the products yet, but I'm just excited. And she doesn't have, like, she's signing up people with products that she hasn't used before. And I told her this too. I was like, and I told somebody else this today or yesterday, but it's like you go into a restaurant on vacation. You've tried one dish from that restaurant one night, and somebody goes to that city and they're like, hey, where should I eat? Drop some recommendations. And you're like, oh my gosh, go to this place. It's the best place ever. Do you actually know that because you only tried one dish? Well, you can pretty much guarantee that if one dish is amazing and you love the atmosphere and the experience, that you're going to like all of it. So yeah, maybe it's you. But yeah, so you're going to be able to talk to people about all the products, even though you've only tried one, or even though you haven't tried them, because you can see my results. You can see your leaders' results. And that's what Caitlin is going off of right now. And so it's excitement, guys. Get passionate, get pumped up, because can you take cold water and put it on the stove and boil it? Yes. But it will be much faster if you start with the hot water. If you put hot water in a pot and you put it to boil, it's going to take a lot less time. Be the hot water. Be the water that's pumped up and excited, like ready to go. And you don't have to have the same personality. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying be excited about what it is that you're talking about. So, all right, let's transition from customers to distributors. So let's start with Mackenzie, who is actually Olivia's sister. Where is Mackenzie on here? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. So tell us how you're signing so many distributors. You're killing it. Some of your girls are on here. I see those. You can feel free to shout them out if you want to. But so yeah, tell us how you're getting all your DTs.
So one thing that I talk to my girls about is being very intentional with who you message about joining the business, because everyone can buy the products basically, like anyone can do it, but you know, it takes discipline, encouragement, like so many other things to join a business like this. And so I'll just be like, be intentional with who you message, like just do it, go through who you're following, and if they have a good feed, you know, a good personality, like always active. If they're commenting and liking your posts, like they see what you're posting, so they're probably interested if they're commenting and liking. So I'm like, message them, message about joining the business basically, and just interact with your followers. You know, like if I follow someone new that I don't know and I think they should be really, like would be really good in this business, I won't send them a cold message. I'll interact with them first, like their stuff, slide up on their stories, make a connection, and then I will ask them about joining the business. And a lot of the time they'll be like, yeah, I want more info. So, I mean, that's just how I do it. Everyone has a different like method, but that's just what works for me and my girls. So, yeah.
I love it. And she's being so intentional, guys. Like that's the word. Like she's going through and she's not just messaging so-and-so, like just like blindly messaging people. We want to find people who we genuinely think would be amazing at this business. And it's not because they look a certain way or because their profile is a certain way. It's just because they're a kind person. They're somebody who we can tell that we would connect with, whether it's because they're a mom and Mackenzie's a mom, or because they're, you know, a military wife and Mackenzie's a military wife. Like she can connect with those people, and that may be the reason why she's going to their page and saying, hey, you should do this business with me because I can connect with what you're going through. Let's be friends and let's do this business together. So that's so good. Okay, Sarah Lynn, where are you at? I've seen you this whole time and then you just like this. Oh, there you are. There you are. All right, Sarah, go for it, girl.
Hi, I'm Sarah, everyone. I am from West Virginia, a really small town, so that's a little about me. But I have luck signing distributors also, only because I like to get on a personal level with people, and I just like to interact. I'll add people, or maybe people I already know, and like we'll just interact with each other. Like I'll either like their post, or they'll like my post, or they see me posting about the business and they'll like and comment my things, just like it was said before. And I just kind of get on a lower level for them. But mainly I look for potential in people. I look for people who's got goals, who's got wants, who's got needs. Maybe a single mom with kids, you know what I mean? She's needing things to provide for her family, you know? So I look for those kind of things, because when I first started, I got my fast start bonus really fast, and then I had 3 DTs really fast too. but I learned my lesson because everybody quit on me. So now I was looking for new DTs, which I'm back up to, and I'm starting all over again, which is completely fine. But that just showed me that this work is not cut out for everyone. This, you have to be willing to want to have that spark, want to have that fire, you know, the excitement underneath you to be able to want something from this business, but not only that, using the products and seeing your own results. So that's exciting for me because I started out using the Skinny Brew and I lost alone just on the Skinny Brew 10 pounds within my first 2 months. And I've only been doing this for, at the end of this 27th of this month, will make my 3rd month. So, or 2nd month. Yeah. Seeing, and I think what helps another reason too is only because I got my own results. But in another thing I wanted to share with you guys is I love sharing my story. I love it. I love this business. It's been such a big support group for me. I love getting on there every day. I read my daily devotion, then I'm always on our group chats and just see what everybody has to talk about. But I have felt that sharing my personal story on my Facebook has been a huge deal for me as people interested in the business. And that's how I've got most of my DTs wanting to sign up, is just because they've seen my post or they've seen someone comment on my post on my friends, and then they're able to see it and they're like, wow, what's this girl doing? How's she doing that for her family? So I love being able to share with them how I have that extra income now, and I am able to bring in more for my family. Just groceries, y'all. Just like, I have 2 babes under the age of 3. I have a husband. I have my 2 teenage brothers staying with me for the summer. So we go through a lot of food. So, and a lot of my people on my Facebook know that. So just being able to have that extra money, like we went to Sam's Club yesterday and was just able to do that. So, and I was able to share that story, and bam, right off the bat, I had 4 people blowing me up, wanting to know about this business. How am I doing this? So that's a big deal for me too. I'm just looking through my notes really fast, but I normally share my posts through Facebook, and I use Instagram. I use Instagram a lot more than Facebook until I started this business. So I kind of go back and forth with it, but I always make sure I'm posting daily. Consistency is the key. I know this has been said before and earlier within the chat, but I honestly, it is the truth, because I have stayed so true every day. I'm either staying up till 1 o'clock and then 1 o'clock at night, and then I'm either getting up early the next morning. And let me mind you, I still have a full-time job plus 2 babes, a life, an own personal life of myself. And I'm able to make this business work because I want this. I see the potential. You're able to do this. Just keep fighting for it. Keep your consistency. Keep good, keep your faith. It will come to you. Say your prayer every morning and every night. It will be there. I promise you that. But just get personal with people and just get on that another level. Whenever you're looking for DTs, look for potential within a person, look for that light, and you will be able to find it. I promise. It will come to you. Just keep faith, just keep pushing. We have got this. So that's all I've got, Morgan. I'm so glad you decided to have me chat with everyone, because I'm so excited to just get that out there, because I have so much fire for this business. Like, I'm ready to roll. My phone is blowing up right now from the giveaway host to post. Also, that is another good one that I have already signed. Well, I'm talking to a potential DT, and I have like 6 people in my inboxes right now wanting to place an order.
My gosh, you were killing it, girl. That's amazing. And one thing that you said that I want to point out too is that she talked about buying groceries. She did not post about building a house and buying a Mercedes and paying off $100,000 in debt and buying a hot tub and a pool with a slide. Okay? She talked about buying groceries. Raise your hand if you buy groceries. Like, all of us, right? Like, we all need groceries. And so whenever you're posting about getting groceries and the simple things, the gas money and the groceries is what I joined for. I didn't join for the house. That came because I just got passionate and I got consistent and I stuck with it. But I didn't join for that. And so whenever you're talking about the simple things, hey, I just put gas in my car and I didn't have to worry about it. That's a post. That's sharing who you are. That's sharing your story. That's sharing your life. Be consistent with doing that and you're going to see it pay off. Okay, Faith. Where are you at, girlfriend? You may have to do the wave. Let me see. Hang on. Let me make sure she's still on here. I know she was a second ago. Okay. If she's not, I'll text her and see if she comes back. But that's okay. So Jordan, will you end us in this Zoom or whatever, but I'm gonna make sure that Faith doesn't. Oh, Faith is on? Hang on 1 second. Yeah, there you are. Wait, where are you? Hang on. I was about to say, I know I saw your name. Oh, there you are. There you are. Wait. Wait, where are you? I just saw it and then you went away. Oh, there you are. Okay. What a hot mess express. Okay, tell us how you're finding all these distributors, girlfriend.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think the main thing for me, I love what the other two ladies said, especially the being intentional part. I love that. But I think the main thing that I do that's, I guess, a little different, I don't know if other people do this, but instead of just coming at it like, you know, you need this business, it'll help you, I also like kind of make it seem like, you know, this business needs you. Like, you can be a part of this team, you can help us grow. Like, because who wants to be a part of something where they don't feel valued, or like, we need you here, we know you can do this, we believe in you, kind of thing. I kind of always make them feel like, you know, how I felt, because I know for years I was one of the ones that was like, this is not real, there's no way you can do this, like all this stuff, but you can. And so I always make sure that I mention that whenever they like kind of want to say like, never mind, I thought I did but I don't, you know, like I wasn't popular enough, I wasn't this, because I've actually gotten that one time. A girl told me, you know, I wasn't popular, nobody liked me, and I was like, girl, they do, like, and the ones that didn't, you know, they're not going to have an effect on your business. Like, you can do this, you just have to believe in yourself. But other than that, I do what the other one said, and I just, especially following up is very important. I think I've actually had 2 DTs just from like staying consistent within 3 days of like keeping up with them. But yeah, other than that, I just try to put it on them and make them feel, you know, needed and valued. And then they're like, most of the ones that I've talked to are like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Like, I can see that I can benefit from it. So that's it.
That is gold. Like I said in the chat, I really don't think that I've ever heard it like that before. I don't think anyone's ever said like, I make it like this business needs you. That's so good. Perfect. Okay, so Jordan's gonna close us out. She just went Ruby. She's like killing it, killing the game. She's going diamond this month and doing all the things. So talk about, like, bring it all together. Talk about mindset, going Ruby, doing what it takes. Tell us all that stuff, and then I will spotlight your video. Oh, okay, there you go.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Jordan. I'm from Western Maryland in a small town. You've never even heard of it before, so don't even worry about it. But everything that everybody has said as far as mindset and consistency, that's exactly what it takes. You have to tell yourself that you can do it, or it's not going to happen. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be positive. Like, I am known for being the most positive person out of my whole friend group because of just the vibe that I give off and the things that I talk about. You're here for a reason. There's not like some unknown or weird way how you ended up here. You're on this path for a reason. You are in this Zoom for a reason right now. And that's for you to promote. That's for you to go to diamond, to go ambassador, presidential. It's for you to go to the top. Consistency. You have to do the dang thing. All the things. If you're not posting on your story, host a post, getting all of your host posts up, making posts on your wall, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, TikToks. Don't step out of the comfort zone. Do the TikToks. They work. I can't tell you how many times I've had people say, oh, I came across your TikTok on my For You page. Well, did you like it? Did you fill out my influencer app? Because you probably should. And if you haven't been getting on the power hours are a game changer. They start my morning off so right. I feel so much better after I have my power hour done. And you get your posts up, you get your interaction, you're adding to your network, all the things. Keep pushing and you don't settle. I don't settle. I'm not one to settle. I've never been that way. I'm a pusher. I make a goal for myself and I'm not going to stop until I reach it. For as far as me getting to Ruby, I worked freaking hard. I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. I signed all the LCs that I could think about. I helped my DTs get their LCs. I made sure they got their shopping sprees. I made sure that their volumes were kept up. And at the end of the month, whenever I promoted to Ruby, my volume itself as a whole team was almost to the volume that I needed to go Emerald. So I just needed to sign my DTs. That's how many LCs we had underneath my team. And you can do this if you put in the work. You just have to do the hard work. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy every day. But you get out of it what you put into it. And that's pretty much it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That was bad timing. It literally, my alarm went off as soon as I muted myself. But guys, that was so good. Oh my gosh. This is like one of my favorite Zooms ever. I just feel like a really proud mama bear right now. Like, should I cry or should I run around? Like, should I dance? I don't know what to do. Y'all killed it. This is absolutely incredible. Put like a 2 in the chat if you got something from this Zoom, whether it was distributors, customers, signing people, you know, mindset tips, getting consistent, having grit, doing the things whenever it's hard, doing it when it's inconvenient, because guess what? Everybody can do it when it's convenient, but are you going to be the one who does it when it's not? That's what's going to make the difference. That's the difference in the ones who want it and the ones who are actually going to get it. Because everybody wants it. Everyone wants $1 million. If I hung $1 million right here and said, do you want it? Every single one of you would put a 2 in the chat. Yeah, I want it. I want it. I want it. But how many of you would actually do the things that it takes to actually go and get that? Not everybody would. Be the one who would. Be the one who would do the work. Because guess what? You're never going to look back and regret the work that you put in. You'll only regret the work that you didn't put in. And people that have done this business before, that haven't done the work, that are doing the work now, would always choose doing the work over not doing it. I guarantee it. And they talked about that tonight. So I'm so proud of every single one of y'all. And the ones who spoke totally crushed it. You cannot tell this was some of their first Zooms. Like, just, oh my gosh, so amazing. So I'm going to